Hello everyone, welcome back to my new Riverlands farm. We're going to pick it up right here where we left off on the 8th of spring, and I'm going to collect my soggy newspapers to start. As much as I don't want soggy newspaper, I do have to keep those clear, that way something else will show up in them by tomorrow. And I don't want to forget to put bait in them because that is something I would do. My strategy for this first day is simply going to be to continue fishing because I need to level my fishing skill up, preferably to level 10 because then my crab pots do not require any bait at all. And until then, I'm going to use up the bait I have, and as some of you in the comments were kind enough to point out, there are ways you can get it from the mine and befriend Linus, whoever that is, and make it work that way. So it will be fishing today, probably hit the mines tomorrow because I need more resources to make my crab pots and recycling machines and upgrade some of my tools, because I do have to plant a crop at some point. I'm really just avoiding it because I don't want to water anything right now. So it is now 4:30 p.m, approximately halfway through my fishing day, and I've already caught 26 fish. That puts me on pace for just over 50, and if you catch over 50 fish in a day, that's a pretty good day. I will make some money and definitely get some really good experience. And I've also noticed that I'm catching nothing but silver quality fish. I would assume that's because I'm currently level 6 and probably having a moderate luck day, which means they're just silver. Already it is just after 12 a.m. and I've caught an even 50 fish, so I'm going to call it a night. Simply head back to the farm, dump all my profit into the bin, and then start again tomorrow. I think 50 fish are worth quite a bit of money, and especially since they were all silver quality. Fishing leveled up, that's pretty awesome. The closer to 10, the better I am. 3,739 gold, and there's the very rare UFO making its way across the top of the screen. Alright, Tuesday the 9th of spring. First things first, check my crab pots. Here we have a snail. That's the first of many good things to come. So our new friend the snail, straight in the bin. He'll have a good time in there. Also, don't want to forget to put the bait in these. I have a fairly simple strategy for the day. I'm going to head to the forest to the south and do a bit of foraging, find whatever I can there. And then head to the mines to gather as much ore as I can. Then with whatever time is left in the day, probably do a little more fishing. Once I can start catching lots of gold quality fish, I can really make a lot of money in a single day. Not a lot foraging wise so far. I was really hoping there'd be some of these spring onions because Linus actually really likes those, and that's how you befriend him, you give him stuff. He also does enjoy a good wild horseradish as well. Unfortunately, I only have one, so I'm going to keep it for myself, and my friendship with Linus will just have to wait. I'm also thinking about buying some crab pots from Willy. I believe they cost 1,500 gold each, so I could buy a few. But I'm a little hesitant to spend the money right now. I'd rather use this money to buy some seeds to make some money before I get carried away with anything like that. So here we go, 10 a.m, level 10. I've said this in many of my other videos, but these coal carts, for those of you who don't know, are full of coal. I didn't know that for a long time, and was short on coal many times simply because I didn't click on these every time I saw them. On today's journey into the mine, I'm really hoping to get 25 copper, that way I can smelt it into 5 bars and therefore upgrade my watering can. Simply because I want to do a crop of strawberries, if possible this spring, and I want to spend as little time watering them as possible. I'm not going to do a huge crop, just enough to make me some money and hopefully upgrade my farming skill. The point of upgrading my farming skill is simply to have the ability to make sprinklers later. I'm hoping this farm layout will be fairly automated, sprinklers watering crops and crab pots catching me fish with little actual effort required. 3:10 p.m, floor 14, and I've just found 6 copper ores, all hanging out in a little group. So that puts me up to a total of 28 so far for the day. 29 now, so I've hit my copper goal at the very least. Floor 15, here's a bug, which I'm going to kill, which will give me bug meat, which I can turn into bait. Something I haven't done a lot of historically, but I'm going to now. 9:20 p.m, and fortunately I've just hit floor 20, so I get a new sword and the benchmark of level 20. So since I don't have time to go any deeper than that, at least not to the next elevator, I'm simply going to leave, do a little fishing, and then that'll be my day. So since I don't have time to go any deeper than that, at least not to the next elevator, I'm simply going to leave, do a little fishing, and then that'll be my day. A total of 48 copper is pretty good, along with 9 coal, so whatever, I'll make that work. Luckily, I just found another 6 coal inside one of the chests you get from fishing. That's pretty awesome because I always seem to have a shortage of coal. There's never enough. 11:30 p.m. I'm pretty well out of energy and time, but I've caught 5 fish, so that's something. I want to start smelting some copper tonight before I go to bed because I want to try and have a few bars ready by the end of tomorrow, and even start upgrading my watering can tomorrow if that works out timing wise. And from that one trip alone, all that bug meat, I got 60 more bait. Normally that would cost me 300 gold, but all I had to do was kill a few bugs in the mine. Normally I just walk past them anyway, so that's just easy bait. So things are in the bin, my copper is going into furnaces, and I'm going to go to bed and see how much that little snail is worth. So a total of 567 gold for the day, not that great, but the snail is worth 65 gold. So if I have about 1,000 of those a day, I'll be doing pretty well for myself. Also, I'm not sure if snails come in a variety of qualities or not. And today we have a periwinkle and driftwood. So for today I'm simply going to fish here at the farm because I'm waiting to smelt all my copper, which actually goes quite quickly, so I'm not going to have to wait all that long at all. So far, casting into the deep water above my house, I'm catching nothing but gold quality fish. So that's going to be great, those are worth a lot of money, and hopefully I continue to catch the goldfish. Just before 9 o'clock, and already all my copper bars are ready to go. That works out pretty good because the blacksmith is about to open, and I just remembered I forgot to rebait my pots. So I'm going to head to the blacksmith now and start my new upgrade for my watering can. And with my remaining copper bars, I'm going to turn those into more crab pots. It does of course really help if you bring the tool you want upgraded with you to the blacksmith. Otherwise you spend about an hour of precious game time just walking back and forth. This is a mistake I actually make a lot more than I'd like to admit. Here we are, back at the blacksmith. We'll pretend that didn't happen, and here we go with the upgrade. That did cost 2,000 gold. I only had 7,000 in total, but I'm going to catch some more fish today, which makes up for some of that money. I'm noticing one thing right away, it's that I've now caught 6 fish here in the mountain pond. They're all silver quality. I caught 6 fish in the deep water behind my house this morning, and 5 of those were gold quality. So I guess it makes a difference casting into the deep water. I think the fish here for the most part are still more valuable, especially the largemouth bass, but that is something to consider in the future. 7 p.m. I've now caught 20 fish, several of which are gold quality. And because I'm tired of fishing and running out of energy, I'm going to cut down some trees to make my next crab pots. For a renewable source of wood, simply cut down the trees that are all around town. No one seems to miss them, and they grow back, I think, every day. Fish are in the bin, and using my wood and copper bars, I've now made 2 more crab pots. Simply place them, apply bait, and tomorrow I'll be rolling in the millions. So those 20 fish I caught leveled up my fishing one more time. I get things like a worm bin, etc, etc. And that short stint of fishing got me 2,130 gold, just like that. My periwinkle is worth a amazing 20 gold. So here we are on the 11th, and my crab pots have caught me 2 trash and 2 broken CDs. Not an entire waste, because as soon as I make a recycling machine, this turns into useful stuff. I just do not have the resources currently to make a recycling machine. And at this point, that's not my priority. My priority is still getting my fishing skill to level 10 and making some money in preparation for strawberries. So that means another exciting day of fishing that luckily you guys don't have to watch. Okay, so the trees don't go back instantly overnight, but this one is already a shrub, and these other ones, not yet in existence at all, but the fact that it's a shrub means that it grows back fast. I think once I hit level 10 with my fishing, I'm no longer going to do any fishing. I'm simply going to use my crab pots for income and then just do my crops. Alright, so after another exciting day of fishing, it is 11 p.m. and I've caught 45 fish, all of which were gold quality. That means lots of experience and lots of money. And it would be wonderful if I leveled up to fishing level 9, but I kind of doubt I did. And we'll see what they're all worth. For 45 gold quality fish, 3,903 gold. There's the numbers, that's not bad. 12th of spring, here is a crayfish and a snail, and the 2 crab pots I forgot to put bait into yesterday apparently. I knew it was only a matter of time before that was going to happen. So today my watering can upgrade is going to be ready, so until the blacksmith opens I'm going to go and fish in the ocean, and also when Willie's opens I'm going to buy some more bait because I'm starting to run low. I feel like since the update the price of fish has been reduced. I feel like I used to make a lot more money from a full day of fishing. Before I remember making 7, 8, even 9,000 in a day depending on what I caught, and I'm not hitting those numbers anymore. 9 o'clock already, so I'm gonna buy just a little more bait. I bought 100 more bait for 500 gold, a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I'm gonna need it anyway to catch enough fish to level up, and I don't know if I'm gonna do any mining before I do, so I wasn't gonna gamble on killing enough bugs before then either. So here's my brand new watering can, and with that, tomorrow I will start my first strawberry crop. And for now I'm just gonna head back and actually fish at my farm. Not for any reason in particular, I just kinda want to change the scenery. Another day of fishing down, 12 AM, gonna throw them all in the bin. Caught this many. Not actually all that many, I felt like I caught a lot of weeds and garbage all day. My main goal really was to level up my fishing skill, and we'll see if that happened. And there it is, level 9. One more level and I don't have to do any more fishing. Only 2,252 gold for the day, not that much at all. Snail, 65 gold, crayfish, 75 gold. 75 gold isn't bad if I could catch a whole bunch of those in a whole bunch of crab pots. And we'll see what kind of valuable treasure we have today. Periwinkle, garbage, snail, garbage. And today is the day of the egg festival when I can buy my strawberries, so I'm going to hoe my field in preparation for those. There we have it, 11 by 3 spaces. For those of you that can't do math, that's 33. As long as I counted correctly. I wanted just a nice small crop that I could water quite easily. As you can see, it's laid out for maximum efficiency. And the festival hasn't quite started yet, so before I forget, I'm going to put the bait in these. Hopefully that's one of the very last few days that I have to do that, and I'm just going to fish until the festival starts, I believe at 9 AM. Okay, I just got the notification at 9, the festival is starting, and I've caught one fish in the meantime. Time to buy my amazing strawberries. And just like that, 45 strawberry seeds. Why 45 you ask? That's because I misclicked. 3 times. I could have restarted the day, but I'm not going to because whatever, it's not a huge deal. I can just have some extra strawberries for next year. Or I could plant them now, but I'm not going to. I still have 9,000 gold left over anyway, which I'm going to turn into crab pots one way or another. So in the meantime, I'm simply going to fish until I almost pass out. Just before 1 AM, I've caught 4 fish, which is just a little bit of experience, but everything counts. That's it for the 13th of spring. 4 fish worth 367 gold, not quite 100 gold each. Okay, I'm going to end this one here on the 14th of spring. Things are moving in a good direction. The structure of these videos is probably going to change in the next episode because once I hit fishing level 10, I'm going to skip through time a fair bit faster to get to more of an endgame type farm on this layout. Which means upgraded tools, bigger crops, certainly more crab pots, which is my main goal for this. I want to see what it's like to fill a farm up with those. So we'll work in that direction. Also, stay tuned for videos this week. I want to keep them going through the week and into the weekend, so hopefully I get lots out there for you and some cool ideas. As always, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.